How we doing, everybody? I just wanted to do a quick recap of the comics that we bought over the last week. And tomorrow, of course, being Wednesday, we have a whole new set. And I'll do a pull list tomorrow as a quick short. But right now, I just wanted to do a kind of a review of the stuff that I have bought and read. So we're going to start with the worst to the best kind of thing. So in last place, we have Dr. Aphra. So this is a Star Wars book, and it's kind of started out as the Star Wars version of Indiana Jones. And in fact, I should probably put it on this side. There we go. And so it's Dr. Aphra, which is she's actually Asian, is I don't know. It started out good, and then it turned into a gay fest. Now, I have no problem with gay characters, but yeah, I mean, this issue literally has 4 homosexual kisses, and that's the entire issue. There's no story. It's all about 2 guys kissing and 2 girls kissing. That's it. So even if this was heterosexual kissing, there's no story. I mean, it's been going downhill. I don't know what Alyssa Wong's even doing now. She's a writer. So guess what? I'm dropping this. I was thinking about dropping it anyway. I already dropped the original Star Wars. I think Han Solo and Chewbacca's ended. So I'm down to 2 Star Wars books out of like 5. So, yeah, I don't know what she was thinking. Then we have Batman number 900. I know this one's been kind of a little bit of a mid for people, and the same for me. It was a mid. It was kind of a meh for me. I really didn't like it at all. It's been Batman. He's in an alternate dimension right now where there is no Batman. Everybody thought, including Mike Spider-Slayer. From Comic Book 2.0, he said the same thing, that he thought that Alfred was at least going to come back because Alfred's been dead in the regular continuity. So they thought he was going to bring him back, and that didn't even happen. The last issue, Batman got his hand cut off. I don't know what Chip Zdarsky's even thinking either. I mean, all these writers are just going fucking bonkers. So he gets a mechanical hand. We see a bunch of Batman, because he goes through all these dimensions. So we see the Michael Keaton Batman. We see the animated Batman. And it's all just fan service for no reason. All the rest of the issues had Tim Drake at the end trying to find him in a secondary story that they charge us an extra $1 for. And here it just shows up at the end and they hug, and that's the end of it. It's bad. It's bad. Darth Vader, that's actually been, this is only the 2 Star Wars books I'm not even collecting anymore, is Darth Vader and Bounty Hunters. This has been decent, this issue. Very little dialogue in it. Vader's lost his powers, not lost his powers, but he can't control his powers. So he's just crushing everything. It's weird. This was not a good issue. Not a good issue at all. Especially when compared to the stuff, because it has all the Padme handmaidens are in this, trying to basically get at Anakin for revenge on her death, on Padme's death, and one kind of joined him. So it's been interesting, but this issue didn't really work. Then we got one of the books from Free Comic Book Day, Dawn of DC. This is the Night Terrors. This is like the opening 10 pages that's supposed to introduce you to the Night Terrors event that's coming up. Again, it was Free Comic Book Day. It says that right on top. And this was about Damian having a nightmare, and then it's a nightmare within a nightmare. And then he goes to see Batman and said, I had a nightmare, and that's about the extent of it. So there's not much there. All right, so this is kind of an older book, but I just picked it up. It's by Mark Miller. As you can see, it's the 4th volume, but number 1 in the 4th volume. I was kind of lost. So the beginning has all these different assassinations taking place and using magic, so it's kind of cool. So some of the imagination in the assassinations was cool. And then we get to meet some of the characters, and that's pretty much where it ends. So there's only 4 issues, I think, so I'm gonna go ahead and get them. But I thought the imagination and some of the assassinations was cool, and I kind of like know where it's going. Then we're gonna get into some of the stuff I kind of liked. So 007, which I've never bought a 007 book before. We have the cover art that's amazing. What's the guy's name? Yeah, just Michael Linzer. He always does a really great job. He does really sexy women, etc. So this book, it caught my eye because of the female on it. But and he draws it almost exactly the same way every time. But this was interesting. It started out with we find another agent that Bond thought was dead. I think she was in 002 or something like that. But anyway, she's been in hiding. Bond and her get blamed for something, so they're on the run. He's got a beard, which I'm not really a big fan of, because he almost reminds me of the Punisher a little bit, the way they draw him. So, but then he meets somebody in a bar, and then the guy in the bar ends up, being an assassin and comes after them, and so I like it. I think it's good. So I was kind of leery. And then I'm going to do kind of 2 at once, because an issue 1 and issue 2. So I got the issue 2 first. This is called Hunt, Kill, Repeat. And then my comic shop ended up having because this was on the shelf and they didn't have a number 1. But then they ended up having a number 1. So I bought that as well. And this is about Artemis, who's on the cover. And the Greek gods, I'm very into Greek mythology. So the Greek gods got pissed because nobody believed them anymore. They were being dissed by humanity. So they come down out of Mount Olympus and they they enslave everybody pretty much. So Artemis doesn't want to do that. She's kind of a rebel, but so she kind of hides out. She ends up marrying a human. And then when she's pregnant, it's being compared to Kill Bill, because of the fact that Zeus ends up killing the baby inside of her, and then she kind of goes on a revenge thing. So I don't know, I like it. I know a lot of people saying, "Oh, it's Kill Bill, so it's nothing new, nothing exciting," but I don't know, I'm kind of liking it. Then we're getting into DC, and this is Paul Levitz, who I just finished his 70s run of Aquaman. As everybody knows, I'm a really big fan of Aquaman. And now he's writing this Avengers Across Time, but he's linking it to the stuff in the 70s, early 80s, and it's pretty good. I didn't much like the end of this. The end felt very abrupt, but I liked everything leading up to it, and I liked the look and feel. I think everybody else is very nostalgic. The look and feel. This is the final issue, number 5 of Avengers: A War Across Time. We have some more Avengers stuff starting up. But I'm kind of hoping that Paul Levitz continues to write. I mean, I think he was an editor at one time, and now he's back to being a writer. I think maybe he just came out of retirement for a little bit. And then it was Free Comic Book Day on Saturday, so I picked up some stuff. This was a Battle Quest. It's basically that's the imprint, but it has 3 different stories. And a couple of them I like. The middle one I didn't like so much, but I think they're just an independent out of Oregon, out of Portland. So I just picked it up and decided to read it. The other one I didn't finish yet, but this is Power Ranger Academy. And I didn't think I was going to like it, but I thought the characters were interesting. And one of them's a shepherd, and the other one's Crash, and the shepherd helps them out. It was pretty good. Now, some other stuff I got from for Comic Book Day that I have not read. I'm not really interested in this one at all. DC Legends, City Boys, a whole bunch of new characters. I'm not really interested, but I'll read it. But it's not really interesting. This is stuff I haven't read yet. And then I got a Free Comic Book Day Red Sonja and Conan. So I'm interested in both of those. I love both of these characters, and I'm excited to see what we do here. I haven't read this one yet. And then the other stuff I haven't read either. The Spider-Man Venom. Again, Free Comic Book Day on top, and Uncanny Avengers. I haven't read either one of these yet. I'm going to get the Zeb Wells. I think it's Zeb Wells. New Avengers he's got starting, but I'm not going to be collecting on Uncanny. But this was like an introduction. All right, well, that's it for everything that I've picked up this week and my rating of it. So that's kind of how I kind of rank it, with Avengers being on top. And I like the James Bond one, and I did like the Hunt, Kill, Repeat. Issue 3 is coming out. And I'm waiting to see what we do with Magic Order, Darth Vader. I'm waiting for the next issue because the last few issues have been good. This one was not. And Dr. Aphra, I'm just chucking. I can't believe that Alyssa Wong went. Just no story, just no nothing. I just want to see a whole bunch of people kissing. Not for me. Not for me. I'm not buying these books for romance novels. So anyway, that's it. But remember that we have Destiny Aurora, the audio book and the graphic novel, going to be launching in just a few days. I got the video in. And I just had a couple of middle tweaks, and then we're ready to launch. So we're going to be launching in a few days. So the link is in the description below. Make sure that you click that so you get notified when we launch in a couple of days. Lords of LA, I have one cover to do. We have like 4 pages of coloring to do for the 3rd issue. And then we're going to be launching. So in fact, even the text is done. The lettering's done, for the most part. So I'm 1 page to ink, so we're just about there. And then we have Tales of Ravenor, the Iron Witch, behind me, and I'll put the cover up here actually on this side. And I just ordered all of the paperbacks for that. I have a test copy of the hardcover coming in, so I'm going to be fulfilling that really in the next few weeks. It's going to be fulfilled. So get ready to get those in. The reviews have come back really positive. The RPG that we're doing for Dungeons and Dragons for that world is looking good. All right. Thanks a lot again. And also make sure that you like, subscribe, and do all of the YouTube stuff. Click the bell icon. So every time I release a video, I'm going to be trying to do, 2, 3, 4 a week. So, I'm excited to grow the channel out, and hopefully you guys will grow along with me. All right, have a good one, guys. Bye.